burn down the house along with everything in sight. I ain't crazy old nut just to give you people some. Quiet in the head, ain't no way to get it done. If you're gonna raise the ruckus, one word of advice. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. You wanna make a little mess, you wanna make a little crime. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. That's right. Right around the land to all the little towns. Well, my blood gets boiling when that racket comes loud. Fire up the motors, we got all of the sand. Spread the red all over town and do it all again. Well, most things that I know I didn't learn in class. The road don't go forever, so ride it while it lasts. If you're gonna raise the ruckus, one word of advice. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. You wanna make a little mess, you wanna make a little crime. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. That's right. Rather be the devil living life on a tail than to be an angel at a church fair. Like electric sound in the deep of the night, burning down the house along with everything inside. I'm an electric gambling son with a feeling and right. We lay it down tonight, yeah, we lay it down tonight. If you're gonna raise a ruckus, one word of advice. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. You wanna make a little mess, you wanna make a little crime. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. You wanna make a little mess, you wanna make a little crime. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. That's right. Fire.
Look, well, excuse me, take a few minutes to mellow out. Big Daddy Kane is on the mic and I'ma tell about a minimum length. of rhymes with strength and power. So listen to the man of the hour. Flow and go to a slow tempo. When you know, sing ho, swing low, then yo, the show will go on. As I perform, transforming on stage like a Decepticon. But I'm not animated like a cartoon. I'm for real, shooting lyrics like a harpoon. Across the crowd, the listeners and spectators. So let's groove with the smooth operator. Come on. Let me have it. The BIGDADDYKANE, I'm good and plenty. Serving many in any competition. Wishing for an expedition. I'm straight up dissing and dismissing. Now listen, rappers act so wild. I love the profile. Frontin' hard, but they ain't got no style. I give nightmares to those who compete. Freddy Krueger walking on K Street, confuse and lose, abuse and bruise the crews who choose to use my name wrong. They pay dues. Destruction from the exterminator, but in a calm manner, cause I'm a smooth operator. Stay right there, Ben. Hold up. Now look here. Now, like I said, we're gonna make this into a family affair. So I want to see if there's any smooth operators out there. All right? Hey, nah, y'all got to help me out now. All right? Now, if there's any smooth operators out there, I just need y'all to show and prove by simply just following this. Everybody out there, I just want you to go like this. Dun, 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 dun. Da-da, 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 da-da. Talk to me, y'all. One more time. Da, da-da, 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 da-da. Say what? Let me see what's happening behind me. Any smooth operators back here? Oh, yeah. On saxophone, that's my man J-Dub, y'all. I want to see if we're a smooth operator. Now, if you're really a smooth operator, then you can do that too. All right? Plain and simple. Just make it go. Da, 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 da. That sound good to y'all? Sound like you like it, baby. Don't stop there, man. Go ahead. Make yourself at home. Now, you know, normally I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have seen bands play, and you know how there's certain members in the band that, you know, just can't wait till they turn. I ain't gonna say no names, but my man that's been with me for a long time, he the baby of the crew. You know, we call him J Minor, you know, not because he, you know, play in the key, minor key, but because, like I said, he the baby of the crew. And most places that we play at, he's normally, you know, a minor there. He don't supposed to really be in there. He's not old enough. But if I ask you to play like a grown man, how it sound, baby?
And hey, everyone. Welcome to Slow News Day Live. My name is Steve Boykin, and I am here in the middle of flippin' nowhere. That was for Hamza. It was some Big Daddy Kane to get me a copyright claim before we start the show tonight, because what the hell. I'm gonna be joined this evening, I believe, by a couple gentlemen. My mic keeps dropping out. That would suck. Make sure I even have the right one selected here. Hopefully my mic stays working fine. But hopefully be joined by a couple of gentlemen here from Australia. You're gonna let us know what's going on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Michael Swift. At the moment, we'll see if okay, it says your mic isn't connected. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, not entirely sure what's going on with that. If you have another mic or another way to shout into a computer, or possibly a phone, but the StreamYard link is good for all of them. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. Hey, how's it going?
Good, you?
You know, I'm hanging in there. I am not standing at the gates of full scale tyranny, though it's on the way. Michael Swift, I'm very pleased to meet you. I enjoyed your conversation with my friend Eva Bartlett, and welcome to the show. I appreciate your time, waking up early and coming to hang out with us.
No probs. I mean, I'm not in the middle of it. I'm up here in Brisbane, but I've been lucky enough to watch the live streams during the daytime and follow what's going on. So I'm happy to update you, and Sean will be with us after he's gotten his tech sorted out.
Okay. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I don't know how much of this interview I'm actually going to be able to conduct on YouTube, because of the nature of what we're going to talk about and the reason that people are out in the streets in Australia. The Rock Fen is absolutely free to watch. You don't need an account to watch. You just click the link and come over. If you want to participate in the chat, you can make a free account. And then if you love what we do, you can endorse the channel for $9.99 a month and get all of the paywalled content on the platform. But because YouTube is, well, a censor-happy garbage platform, and Rockfin is not. That's why we're going to be able to have the conversation there. So let's kind of jump into it and give a little bit of background here, because Australia is one of the Five Eyes countries that locked down pretty much immediately last March, right?
Yeah, we went straight in. Yeah, we're one of the model countries. I mean, for the Western model, like Canada, you know, we had McKinsey & Co. Consulting, and they're on the revolving door with Pfizer and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, and we've got the world-renowned Doherty Institute, who've also done research into, you know, the drug whose name shouldn't be mentioned.
Right, and doesn't Peter Thiel have health service contracts to hold the personal data of everyone who's involved in this experiment, or is that just New Zealand and Canada and the US?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. So I don't know who Peter Thiel is.
Oh, Peter Thiel is the guy who founded Palantir, and who has all of the predictive policing software that ICE and a number of other law enforcement agencies use all over the planet. Basically just a giant law enforcement cutout. But Peter Thiel, also the first private investor in Facebook, and just anywhere that you can have a dirty hand in a dirty pie. Peter Thiel is right there. He is.
Right. Okay. Well, data is big. You know what I mean? This whole pandemic has been mediated by a diagnostic tool and data, and managing data to make sure that that diagnostic tool can continue to operate. You know, so I guess
so Vanessa Beeley has made the point for quite a while that that data is the new oil, and this is a sentiment that's been echoed by a number of clear-headed individuals, and even some of the more thicker ones who have at least figured this out. But for some reason, Michael, they can't apply it to the lens of the coronavirus pandemic, and all of the sudden, things like the economy that's built up around it, the place where people were investing prior to this, and the fact that Western nations have been printing trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars right up before this, leading up to it, in full economic freefall, just to sort of keep us, imaginarily afloat. I mean, getting by in imagination land, and then now all of a sudden there's a massive crisis. Everybody's got to shut down. Small businesses are vanishing. A significant portion of the elderly and pension drawing population is now, for lack of empathetic word, eradicated. And now we've got eugenicists who have this benevolent drug that's going to take care of everyone. Are we in imagination land?
No, I think we're in the post-crash landing the global economy land, getting ready for natural capital markets and blockchain integration of nature and biometric data and managing behavior. It's a minefield of behavioral economics being applied to the people. It's just hard for most people to get their head around how they're keeping a lid on hyperinflation, and how quantitative easing has facilitated a lot of this, and how we never recovered from the GFC and all that sort of stuff, and how the way whatever this SARS type event has been managed, has fed into the investments that were made beforehand by billionaire philanthropists who manage the pandemic preparedness. I mean, look at Moderna, valued at 7.5 billion in 2018. They had pivoted to the jabs away from cancer therapeutics in 2016, and now what are they worth? 10 times that much.
I was gonna say, I mean, they've got almost an $80 billion market share now, and still that we know of have never brought a successful product to bear. I mean, it's not as if this thing is out of clinical trials. It's not as if Moderna's product has been approved. So they still have that 0% track record. And when you're walking there, I keep making this point, Michael, but I find that I have to, and that frustrates me. But I feel like any human being would, if they were asked to enter into any situation where they were forced to give up informed consent, public debate, and liability for anyone involved but themselves, they would be like, oh, well, hell no. I'm not going to do that. Are you high? You're kidding me. No, no. But here we are, where if you don't immediately give up informed consent, public debate, and liability for anyone involved but you're selfish and you're murdering grandma, and you're responsible for the downfall of society.
I think someone came up with a really good term for why it's so easy to argue, for someone to argue the case as you put it, and they called it the differend. That that a person can stand in front of a wall of mainstream media and rule by decree and an absence of data and an absence of solid science and make these cases because we don't get to look at the full picture because there are so many forces aligned. But apparently pointing out that those forces are aligned is conspiratorial, so instantly you can be dismissed. It's incredible.
It's like being the one guy to stand up in Plato's cave and be like, hey, wait, let's turn around. And everybody's like, no, shut up, sit down. Sit down. Shit, no, we can't do that. We can't turn around. Yeah, I mean, it's absurd, and I feel like it has to be treated as absurd because if we take any of this seriously, we'll go crazy. That's where the delusion lies, in my opinion, is people took someone as cartoonish as Tony Fauci or as, you know, like goblinish as Tony Fauci and a World Wrestling Hall of Famer like Donald Trump and you know, a clear buffoon like Scott Morrison. And these people were taken seriously instead of mocked out of the door. No, are you kidding me? We've seen the same numbers you have, bud. You know, we're reading this in an entirely different way. And the way that we're reading, or at least the way that I'm reading it, is that if I am not in a risk pool and I do not already have multiple things that will be considered comorbidities when I die, and I am a relatively healthy human being, there is no reason for me to take part in this experiment when we already know that there are a number of other treatment protocols that have been proven to be effective, or at least as good and definitely better than the mere mitigation of symptoms that you know, the Wonder Jab is offering.
And you can't make that case in a conversation before you get interrupted or people tune out. You can't do all the research people need to do to just check on things. So the conversation becomes, here's the miracle cure versus, oh, well, do you want me to tell you about all this other stuff that's been going on that has an impact on all of this? Yeah, look, anyway, I'm pretty keen to tell you about what's going on here. I don't know if Sean's managed to get through.
Yeah, please. Let's do that.
He's more the economics guy, and I'm more the kind of the news hound.
Yeah. Let me throw the Rockfin link into the chat over on the YouTube, and we'll be able to get into everything as freely as we want to be. Folks, if you're watching on the YouTube, why? We're on a number of other platforms. They don't censor us for our speech. Please come check us out over on the Rockfin. And yeah, the let's see, remove and go to hell.